Now, today we're talking about scaling up with success. And joining us in the studio is Alex Burke, the Chief Executive of Education Perfect, and Aussie fitness guru and entrepreneur Luke Guanlao. How are you, gentlemen? Welcome to the program.
Yeah, good day. Thanks for having us.
Luke, tell us about your scale-up story. You started with, what, one Anytime Fitness franchise. You've got 260 across, how many countries? 8 countries?
8 countries now in Asia. We
Wow.
started with one in Western Sydney 10 years ago. And fast forward to today, we've got about 260 under a franchising model.
Yep.
And out of those 260, we co-own and manage 80.
Wow. What's been the secret to success in scaling?
I think there's got to be a certain level of drive and tenacity as an entrepreneur you've got to have inherently to kind of want to go that hard over a short period of time. In addition to that, I think having the right framework in place. So having a really good understanding of each of the functions of your business to understand how to kind of build it, grow it,
Yep.
and then scale it as well.
Alex, you're in the edutech area.
Yeah.
It's great, unbelievable business. 1.2 million students, 4,000 schools, 80 countries. They're phenomenal figures.
Yeah,
Tell
big
us
growth.
how you cope with growth.
Yeah, well, we've been running now for 12 years. So we've grown organically over time. We started in New Zealand, and our first market was actually opening up into Australia. And then really the international story started for us probably a couple of years ago. And then we've been opening up, and I guess, we built technology that's for teachers in classroom. It's become even more relevant now because the technology can also be used for distant learning.
Yeah.
And with COVID, the interest of how to use technology in that industry is becoming more prevalent.
They're 2 great success stories. While you're here, let's pick your brains, put some questions from our viewers to you. Alex, first to you, Lisa from Noosa asks, can I use my current business model just on a larger scale, or do I need to refine it better to suit growth?
You do need to refine. So actually for us, our Australia-New Zealand business, that's now a $30 million business, and that's growing at a 40% rate. And you need a certain level of, I guess, kind of governance and support for that type of business. So in a smaller organisation, you need more generalists because you need people to have more strings to their bow, be more adaptive in those situations. As you get to a larger organisation, you need very specific skill sets.
Good advice. Luke, Ross from Newcastle asks, if I scale my business, will my core customer change? If so, how do I get to know the new ones?
I think in any small business, you'll always have a nice foundation set of members or customers or clients. I don't believe they'll ever change. And when you do scale, you have additional, I guess, categories, different kind of socioeconomic or demographic types of people that come on board in addition.
Alex Mandy from Adelaide says, how important is it to have finance in place prior to planning the scaling up process? It's all about the money.
Yeah, well, clearly money is important, but I think in some respects it's more your cash flow and how you manage it, because you don't necessarily need a lot of money, just as long as you can manage your cash flow more effectively.
Cash flow is king once again. Luke Shamar from Brisbane says, I've got 2 gyms. You're cheeky, Shamar. Getting it from your biggest competitor. But I'm keen to build up my portfolio. How long will it take me to scale up to 10?
The quickest answer is it depends. And a few of those kind of conditions around it depends are as follows. So I think it depends on your funding. So I think if you've got enough savings, you've got enough cash flow, to Alex's point, there's an ability to cash flow finance further development. So without the right people, mimicking what you've done over the course of your first 2, it's going to be very hard to scale. Make sure you take the time to draft your SOPs, your processes, your procedures end to end.
That's great advice. Alex Paul from Daintree asks, how effective is the data from my CRM in helping to work out the best way to scale and the best plan?
I think for growth, it's really important that you have kind of a quality and a care factor in your CRM, because ultimately, if you're building, you're building a customer and you've got those connections and interactions with a customer, as you scale out and you bring more people on board, they need that history and context to come on.
That's fabulous. Luke and Alex, thank you for joining us. Well, that almost wraps up the last episode of our Small Business First series, but we are continuing our campaign on the digital front. So make sure you keep checking in on the website for great deals and businesses in your local area to support. And we still have one more digital booster bundle from Yellow to give away to our Small Business First community. Thanks everyone for your company and support over the last couple of months. But before we sign off, here's a message for all small businesses from the New South Wales Government.
Thanks, Kochie. Containing the COVID-19 virus will help businesses reopen and get back to work. We all need to stay safe, and you should have a COVID-safe plan in place for your business to ensure the health of your staff and customers. And by registering your business as COVID-safe and doing the COVID-safe check, you can reassure customers that their health and safety is your priority. You will also stand out from the crowd by using the COVID-safe check collateral in your window. Everyone has a role to play in making our workplaces COVID-safe. Visit nsw.gov.au to make your workplace safe.